It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Utah Jazz. And for Utah, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. One player who is certain to be a force tonight, Derek Favors. A tremendous presence inside and a great defender, Shaq. He still has room to grow, too.
Yeah, Ernie, but he's an old school player. Feels like he's been in the league forever, but he's really, really young. He definitely has not peaked.
Well, I agree with that. You know, he's great on the block, Ernie, but he has some versatility. He could step out. Yeah, defensively, he probably doesn't need any help when he's guarding a guy one-on-one. If he keeps polishing his games, he's going to be pretty good in the next few seasons.
And with that, the game just about to tip off, we send you to Kevin Harlan for the call.
A terrific look at the city of Memphis, Tennessee, on the banks of the majestic Mississippi River. The Jazz are away from home as they take on their Western Conference rival in today's game. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And the Grizzlies on friendly ground as they continue this homestand. And, of course, Gordon Hayward. Team moving on here without him.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
And before we get underway here, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with head coach David Fizdale.
Kevin, we know the Grizzlies are not a glamour franchise. Their culture is defined by the phrase grit and grind. Mike Conley said, "We're mentally tough. We started at the bottom. We've built this thing." So we take a certain pride in this team and knowing how hard it was to get to where we're at. We're never satisfied. Kevin?
Thanks, David. They are a hard-nosed group. Well, Steve, we have a great matchup in the middle right here tonight. How fun is it going to see these two great centers go head-to-head?
That's old school when these two guys go at it banging. And you start talking about centers, you know, a lot of people look at points, but then you got to start looking at rebounding, and who's the first elbow, and, you know, who's the enforcer and just set the tone for his team.
And the constant fighting for position underneath.
The stuff you don't see off the ball, they go at it.
Gets bad in there, doesn't it?
Yes.
You didn't go in there much, did you?
No, I just looked and kind of marveled at it.
You just kind of marveled at it. The starters for the Utah Jazz, Favors and Gobert, the defensive big men pair. Rodney Hood out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Ingles in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Baldwin. To the middle, tipped away, and stolen by Favors. And Rubio kicks to Hood. Feeds it to Gobert. Dishes to Rubio. And the pass to Hood. Kicks it to Favors. Shot clock at 6. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Offensive rebound. Gobert dishes to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Gobert using that 7'1" frame well on the glass, utilizing his size. We always talk about Rudy Gobert's defensive impact, but now on the offensive end, he is never going to be a post scorer, but rolling to the rim, he has good hands and plays above the rim offensively.
And Gobert in that Tyson Chandler mold, Steve. Don't you think you can just see him driving inside and trying to go to the rim? You just can't let him do that.
No, you can't, because when he catches it, he's so long, he can dunk the basketball. But I like that he's adding a little touch around the basket now.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the night.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol. And back in 2013, Marc Gasol winning Defensive Player of the Year. Steve, one of the more controversial award winners, but he is a very valuable defender, as we all know.
Yeah, the reason why you look for guys to win this award, that they get a lot of steals, they block shots, they're very athletic. Well, Marc Gasol is just a smart defender. Not going to block a lot of shots, but he's going to be in the right place at the right time, and he's an outstanding communicator on that back line for the Grizzlies. In terms of big man, he is certainly one of the better free throw shooters in this league.
Here's Hood, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Admiring the focus of Hood, knocking down the shot and drawing the harm as well.
And Rodney Hood was a 5-star recruit out of high school. He actually began at Arkansas, then transferred to Duke. And when he came out of Duke, he went down to 23rd in the draft in the 2014 selection process. Nonetheless, Smitty, a great pickup for the Utah Jazz.
A great situation for him. And then some injuries created a lot of opportunities for him. He averaged over 20 minutes a game as a rookie, made the Rising Stars game a full-time starter by his second season. It all worked out.
Gobert with the block.
And that's one of Gobert's specialties, a shot-blocking master.
Here's Ingles, and it's blocked. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. The feed to McLemore. Goes up on the high post. That's short off the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And a wide open look for Hood. Gobert the pass to Hood, and he makes that one. Hood's got 5.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. You know, Memphis is a hard town, one of the league's smallest markets, too. The second fewest television households in the NBA, Steve. Despite that, the Grizzlies have always enjoyed outstanding fan support.
They've done a tremendous job of connecting with this community. This team has an identity, tough, blue-collar, and hard-working, and that's the identity of this town.
He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line.
The Jazz at the point guard position over the last 3 seasons have really struggled with their playmaking. A low rate of assists and high turnovers.
Now, here's Rubio. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And that one's good by Favors.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And the Jazz drafting young point guards like Trey Burke taken 9th in 2013, and then Steve with Dante Exum 5th overall in 2014.
Yeah, Dante Exum suffering a torn ACL last season. When they get consistent production at that position, they will really take them to the next level.
Hood kicks to Favors. Pass to Gobert. And Gasol sends it back.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot blocking expert, especially down low.
Parsons, and no good, trying to use the glass.
He had all the room he needed to get the shot off, just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And again, Derek Favors.
Timeout.
Favors got his second basket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Really, a combination of smart coaching and even better execution. When you have that, the game comes easily to you. Well, you have Rodney Hood, a player coming out of Duke that can shoot the basketball lights out. I've always been impressed with him, and now he's been able to run the offense as a secondary ball handler.
And now a look at Rudy Gobert here. He's been dominant over the last month. First in field goal percentage, 4th in blocks. And he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. Dan Hood out of Duke is a lefty. Pretty crafty with the ball in his hands, and he can score in isolation.
The lefty does a nice job. He comes off pick and rolls deceptively quick. He can get to the rim or he can pull up, and usually it's a bucket.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Nice shot by Gobert.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
For Memphis, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Pass to McLemore. Inside. Fader on the way. A nice shot by Gasol.
Even with good defense, Gasol is a wrecking ball. He shows no remorse for the rim on these jams.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Rubio outside. Favors with the screen. Rubio dishes to Favors.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
Who knows how big this league could end up being by the end of the first half. It could be huge.
Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. But they'll get another chance. In the corner, Parsons with it. Outside Hood. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Here's Baldwin. 9-point game his last outing. Green. Rubio with the rebound.
The defense knows he loves that in-between area and closed out fast.
Hood, the pass to Rubio. Back to Hood. Second chance shot. And Gobert with the lay-in. Gobert's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's McLemore. 17 points for him last game against Sacramento.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
Grizzlies have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. And you look at the Grizzlies organization, a change in ownership back in 2012, a shakeup in the front office in 2014. Steve, there's been more continuity on the court than off the floor.
Yeah, the head coaching position changed as well. Despite the great job done, hopefully they can sustain that foundation.
And he's good on the second. Jazz leading by 13. Burks with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. Rubio outside from deep. They get it back and slam dunk by Gobert.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
Reason why, they are pounding them down low. They have a big lead because of the post play.
Now here's McLemore. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And here's Rubio. Here's Ingles. Back to Rubio. The second effort. And again, it's Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 11.
And for his career, Gobert has averaged better than 50% from the field, an efficient scorer in the post.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And arguably the league's best rim protector, Rudy Gobert, 7'2", wingspan of 7'9". Steve, that's not bad. Great tools for the trade.
Yeah, on his toes, he can touch the rim, and he moves well for his size. He gets off the floor and a quick second jumper. He has work to do to get stronger, but he's only getting more and more intimidated when he keeps playing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Davis is checked in for Green. Harrison comes in for Chandler Parsons. Daniels, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Chalmers in for Baldwin. Now here's Chalmers. Back to Gasol. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. And it's 6 points for Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol is a workhorse down deep, just rising up and throwing it down.
Favors with the screen. Works for three. Knocks down the three ball. And the Jazz lead by 18.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Pass to Harrison. They set the screen. Rebounded by the Jazz. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And the thing I took away from that one was just how valuable their guys coming off the bench were.
Depth is a huge component to any team's success, and this is a team loaded with talent.
And Gobert kicks to Exum. Gobert the screen. Favors dishes to Cephalosha. He feeds it to Burks. He kicks to Favors. Second chance shot. And it's Gasol with the rebound.
To me, that's just a loss of focus. He was wide open from one of his favorite spots.
Count that bucket. Daniels has got his first bucket in this one.
And whenever there's a man open, Gasol will find him. An all-around team player.
To the middle. It's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Harrison. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And here we can check out the breakdown of rebounds tonight between the front court and the back court for the Jazz.
And their big men are getting the majority of the rebounds. You like all 5 guys boxing out and getting on the glass, but at the end of the day, that's their role to control the boards.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls. Steve, you know, you won a handful of gold medals with the U.S. national team, and then the program went into a period of decline. Now they're back. How did they get back on track?
You know what, Kevin? I can go back to 2000 where we almost lost that gold medal. And I think you just can't throw all-stars together and expect to have team chemistry. They did a nice job of bringing it back to training camp kind of atmosphere. Continuity, what you need to have a winning, successful program.
And the Jazz staking their identity at the defensive end of the floor. Great size in the middle.
Yes, indeed. We talk about small ball. Well, the Jazz, they play big. With Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors in the front line, they make it awfully tough to score in the paint.
And it's Davis missing.
Wow, how do you miss from that close? That wide open, painful.
Now, here's Exum. He had 10 points in the win against Dallas.
And not just the scoring, it was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Shot clock at 3. Burks' shot is good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here is Daniels. Burks covering. And the pass to Harrison. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Jazz patiently stockpiling young talent over the last half-decade. They've laid a strong foundation, now one of the deeper teams in the league.
For the Jazz, a lot of quality young players, but do you see, Steve, a lot of superstar potential on this roster right now?
Nah, that's the question mark. They get it done by committee. The other question is salary cap. As these guys hit free agency, will the Jazz be able to pay everybody?
And the first one at the line is good. Right, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. Both shots good from the stripe.
You have to respect the continuity and consistency of the Grizzlies. Since the beginning of the grit and grind era, 6 consecutive playoff appearances. That's second longest streak in the league, only to the San Antonio Spurs.
Now here's Exum. He dishes it to Urebko. That 3 off the mark.
No defensive pressure. That's a three-point attempt he loved to have back.
To the paint, here's Davis. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And for a franchise that was once one of the NBA's worst, you can't take for granted the success the Grizzlies have enjoyed in recent years.
The first 15 years in this league, they had never won a playoff game. In the last 6 seasons, 27 playoff wins. It's not an NBA title, but it matters.
To the inside, here's Burks, and he makes good on the layup. Burks has got 8 points.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
Daniels passes to Chalmers. Here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
That was a perfect bounce pass to help get his teammate a good look at the bucket.
Here's the screen. Now Burks. He's got 8. Exum with a wide open look. And the 3 off target. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Harrison passes to Chalmers. And he can't bank that one in. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. A three-pointer off the mark. And for Memphis, they're shooting just 35% to start the game. The shot by Harrison, no good. Jazz leading by 16. 17-foot shot on the way. Burks' shot is good. He's got 10.
There's something to be said about putting a team on your back, trying to will it to victory. His scoring has been phenomenal this quarter.
Wright sets a screen. Daniels with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. .26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The dish to Burks. Plenty of space. Grizzlies with the rebound. Here's Chalmers. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Burks for 3. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Utah out in front. They lead by 18. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, the Jazz enjoying a nice lead here.
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Their defense has been a huge factor today. They are just batting away everything in their sights.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Jazz, Jonas Jerebko out there with Jeff Withey. Then it's Ricky Rubio. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And Steve, the screen roll, such a fundamental play in NBA offenses. Who are the best roll men, do you think, in the NBA?
DeAndre Jordan does a nice job. Tristan Thompson. Anthony Davis is a guy who can screen and roll and gets out of it pretty quick. Blake Griffin does a nice job. So a lot of different bigs being able to set to pick, and it's huge. You can't lumber. You got to set to pick, pivot, and roll quickly.
Valanciunas up at Toronto does that well, too, when healthy.
When healthy.
And so it's Memphis with it after the basket by Utah. Passes to Baldwin. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Parsons. That shot is off. So Utah will take it the other way. Rubio with a wide open look. Green with the rebound.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you got to trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Rubio outside. They set the pick. Dishes to Jerebko. To the middle. Here's Withy. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Withy's got his second basket. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Parsons for 3. Parsons missing again.
And after hitting only 1 3 in the first quarter, he has none here in the second.
And here's Rubio. Hood for 3. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting. Here's Parsons. Stolen by Rubio. From the arc. Withy kicks to Jerebko. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
The Memphis Grizzlies, as we know, the Grizzlies have been grit and grind, slowing the basketball up, pounded it inside. But you have to ask the question, are they behind the curve the way the league is playing right now?
And the Grizzlies' high water mark was in 2013 when they won 56 games in the regular season. And then Steve made it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yes, this team has age and they've had some injuries, but I still think it's time to create more roster versatility. They need to adapt to different styles and make sure the matchups work to their advantage.
And Memphis making a change here. Gasol's checked in. And Utah also making a switch. Gobert's checked in. Jerebko hits them both. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Parsons passes to Baldwin. Back to Parsons. And another miss by Memphis.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
The drive by Green, and good that time. Green's got his first 2 points.
You know, JaMychal Green is extremely gifted down low. A solid post threat who can get the job done down there.
And Rubio kicks to Ingles. Gobert with a screen on Parsons. Gobert the screen. Jerebko. They get a hand on it, and so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Let's check out some of the best shooting teams out there. 5th, the Jazz.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
Hopefully they exercise better caution in this game and avoid cheap fouls that could get them in trouble again.
Derek Favors checked in for Jerebko. And a chance now to review the shot chart.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
Here's Baldwin. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Parsons' shot is off. Jazz leading by 18. Hood dishes to Rubio. Outside Favors. Knocked away. It's stolen by Green. Here's McLemore. Rebound, Utah.
Okay, that lay-in. He's tricky, but the defense was just too tight on him.
Here's Gobert. Green with the rebound.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game down low when this fella's lurking around.
Hood drives in. A second chance effort. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
The Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, really making an immediate impact with his rebounding and his shot blocking ability.
The Jazz have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. The first free throw is good. Well, Steve, if you were able to give one piece of advice to yourself when you first entered the league, what would that advice have been?
I think for me is understanding how much more you have to put in the off season. I think for me, Kevin, I worked out a lot, but it was specifically on basketball. I would have probably trained a little bit more on my body than just playing the basketball a lot.
Was Jordan one of the first to do that, to really work on his body more with weights and hire the personal trainer and so on?
Yeah, I think so. I think for me is I got back into the gym, obviously going back to either college or high school gyms, putting in the time, but specifically maybe swimming more, maybe doing a little bit more yoga, working on your body, more of a meditation, doing other things to help you with the game of basketball.
Became more year-round for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Utah Jazz is one of the up-and-coming teams in the West, and it was a system-wide commitment to young players. The younger teams tend to struggle, but head coach Quinn Snyder said he's committed to letting his players learn through their mistakes. He said it may be painful at times, but that's how we get better. In a lot of things, the only way to learn is through experience, guys.
They're catching on quickly, thanks, D.A. Here's Rubio, following the score by Memphis. Nice shot by Gobert.
And this team is ahead largely because of his accuracy from the floor tonight.
The Grizzlies trail by 18. And he converts the layup. Baldwin's got 6.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Gobert, the screen. Rubio, the pass to Gobert. And Gasol sends it back. And he gets it back. And the basket by Rubio. Here's Baldwin. He's got 6. Green with a screen on Rubio. Feeds it to Gasol. Kicks it to Green. Back to Gasol. Unable to get that one. And Utah the other way now. Now, here's Rubio. 9 points last game. Outside Favors. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Derek Favors entered this league as a one-and-done out of Georgia Tech. Still pretty raw, but the growth offensively has been impressive. He's added some post moves and a nice mid-range jumper.
And when Favors came into the league, Steve, he said the coaches told him to work on his post game. Now it's all screen roll.
Well, the league has changed. The big guy's got to play out of space, and he does a nice job of transforming from a guy that played down in the paint to a guy that's comfortable off pick and roll play.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Baldwin. And so Favors nails both of them. And the Jazz 3 seasons ago were the worst defensive team in the NBA. Last season, they were top 7. I mean, an unbelievable turnaround. But how have they engineered this dramatic defensive turnaround?
Well, give Coach Quinn Snyder a lot of credit, but also understand Rudy Gobert at the defensive end. He makes up a lot of their mistakes. It's becoming their identity.
It's good. Here's Rubio. Gobert with a screen on Chalmers. Tries a 3. Rubio misses.
His shot's been inconsistent tonight, but teammates are picking up the slack, keeping them ahead in the score.
Green, the screen, and he lobs it up. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Utah leading by 16. Hood for 3. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Now Chalmers. 9-point game his last outing. And there's the feed to Gasol. Back to Chalmers. 5 to shoot. Not going to go that time. Good D by Rubio. Hood with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas.
He did a great job distributing the ball to his guys, too. He got everyone involved.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's McLemore. Derek Favors making his last shot. Green with a screen for Gasol. To the left wing. Chalmers against Hood. From the corner. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class-eating. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
Absolutely. Prevented an easy bucket. Fantastic D.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Davis is checked in for Green. Harrison comes in for Parsons. And Daniels subbed in for McLemore. Utah also making some changes. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Joe Ingles. Burks comes in for Rodney Hood. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. Now, here's Chalmers. Following the shot by Alec Burks. Davis sets a screen. Back to Gasol. Now, here's Chalmers. He's covered closely. Harrison. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And let's review some numbers for Sefolosha. He's averaging 3 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you know, he'd love a bigger role, but he's trying to prove himself in the minutes he's getting right now.
Utah leading by 18. Gobert the screen. And here's Burks. 10 points for him. They get the rebound. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
The Jazz have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And he knocks down the first one. The Grizzlies making a switch here. White's checked in. Withey's checked in for Utah. And Gobert drops them both.
And you have to like the way he's attacking the defense, drawing fouls and getting himself chances at the line this quarter.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Burks with the steal. In transition, here come the Jazz. Burks leading the charge.
The length of right is tough to deal with. If he's nearby when a shot is going up, he can send it back in a hurry.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. Shoots from the baseline, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Jerebko's checked in for the Jazz. Daniels passes to Harrison. And another miss by Memphis. Jazz leading by 20. From about 16, basket good. Burks has got 12.
Exum's teammates like the fact that he always has his eyes open to get them the ball in a nice position. That's what good point guards do. David Fizdale gets a chance to get the Memphis job. He's been Spoelstra's lead assistant for a while. His name has been floating around in the coaching ranks for a long time. Happy to see him get that job.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here's Exum. Here's the 3. They grab their own miss. Jerebko kicks to Withy. Comes up empty down low. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Here's Harrison. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. He's got 5. And with Fizdale, a bright young coach, you're getting a coach who has been a part of multiple championships in Miami. That is why the Grizzlies went out and sought his leadership.
Well, a lot of former players vouch for David Fizdale. He is a coach that relates very well with players, and he developed players. I think he's going to be a fantastic fit for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Grizzlies have gone 9 of 13 from the line. That one misses for Davis.
When you start talking about experience, you talk about Coach Snyder. He coached at the college level, the minor league level, overseas, and now in the NBA. He brings a lot of experience to this game for the Utah Jazz.
Now, here's Chalmers. Following the shot by Alec Burks.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
And Quinn Snyder, a former point guard at Duke and a lot of stops in his coaching career. He's learned under some greats.
Yeah, this is his coaching tree that he's learned under. Coach K, Greg Popovich, Mike D'Antoni, just to name a few. His experience learning so many different systems has bode well for him.
Free throw drops for Wright.
The Tar Heel alumni, Brandon Wright. You know, he's an efficient scorer inside. He has a great reputation as a dependable role player.
Withy kicks to Exum. There's a screen. Works for 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
It has not been an easy quarter for him offensively, but I like that he's staying aggressive.
A second chance effort. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. That's off as well, so he misses both. Jazz leading by 13. Here's Exum. No good, unable to end this run. Memphis has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
5th team foul. At the line for your Grizzlies, Deontay Davis.
First free throw is good.
2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time. The Jazz shooting 41% for the game. There's the pick, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And here's Chalmers for 3. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. First trip to the line for him here. And he hits the first of 3. He hits the second from the line. And he nails the third. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Jazz lead by 8. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, we're trying to defend. And, we've been a little bit fortunate, too, that missed some shots. But, more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. Some incredible work in this one by Rudy Gobert. He ended up with 17 points, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
How about you, Kenny? What'd you think about Memphis?
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed. And their competition showed just the opposite. They wanted it more. You can't give up a ton of extra possessions in a game like this and expect to win.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway. We'll see you after the game.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Rudy Gobert with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's just been terrific. This is what they needed from him.
He's played like a man possessed right now, and his team is thriving as a result.
Baldwin out there with Ben McLemore. Then there's Chandler Parsons. Then it's Marc Gasol. And it's Green in at the power forward. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And guys, that's one of those records that always seemed to me impossible to break. I mean, in the modern era, nobody's even sniffed that 55 rebound mark. I mean, heck, a lot of teams don't get 55 rebounds in a game, and Wilt's owned it since 1960.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol. And right around the 2016 All-Star break, Marc Gasol's season was cut short. Broke a bone in his right foot, had surgery, and Stevie was gone for the rest of the season.
That's a huge blow for the Grizzlies because that's losing their best player. And a guy that's 7'1", he's done everything right, lost a lot of weight, but sometimes those 7-footers, they put a lot of strain on those lower extremities.
Here is Rubio. Now here's Favors. From beyond the arc. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. Here's Baldwin. Gasol a screen. Baldwin the pass to Gasol. Here's Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons.
Well, you leave a guy that open with Parsons on the floor, and you know he's going to find him.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. Gobert, the screen. Up off the screen. Not one of the biggest free agency moves of the past offseason, but had high impact with Chandler Parsons coming over to the Grizzlies. And, you know, Gia, you look at his skill set, and he fits right in with what Memphis is trying to do.
Yeah, I think overall Memphis had a great offseason, you know, in acquiring Parsons and retaining Conley. Memphis hadn't had a lot of luck luring big free agents in the past, and Parsons is perhaps one of their biggest gets as a franchise. And for Parsons, he gets a good deal for himself and continues to play for a team that has always been competitive.
Good on the second free throw. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Baldwin. He's got 6, and the wide open shot from Green. Offensive rebound. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. Jazz leading by 5. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Outside Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. Yes, that goes in. 20 points for Rudy Gobert.
Love how Gobert scores in all kinds of ways, using his athleticism to his advantage.
Pass to Baldwin. Outside, Green. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Baldwin. Rebound, Utah. 22 is their biggest lead.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Now, here's Rubio. Outside Hood, takes a 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 6 assists in the game. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far.
And guys, really the story for him has been his struggles from mid-range. I mean, some of them have been rushed. Others were just tightly contested, but he has to be a lot smarter on when to pull up or when to look for a teammate going forward in terms of winning this game.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Baldwin. He's got 8. Green with the ball. Favors picks him up. Parsons against Gobert. Parsons passes to Baldwin. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Because he's really good defending all the way out to the three-point line.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Utah has turned a corner, establishing its identity under Quinn Snyder as a youthful, defensive-minded team. Coach Snyder said, our players have gotten better. Our team has gotten better. There was a connectivity and a defensive mindset that was bubbling beneath the surface. The habits were there. The intensity was there. Things have just clicked. Kevin?
All right, DA, they're on the rise. And so it's Utah here with the ball, following the score by Memphis. Ingles can't get it to go. Now, here's Rubio. Not a lot of room. Green against Favors. Right side Hood. Back to Gobert. Shot clock at 5. Launches a 3. And another shot. Favors can't get it to go.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
And that kind of tier defense is crucial to any team's success. Gotta defend the paint.
The Jazz with another miss.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Jazz leading by 11. Hood dishes to Rubio. Outside Favors. He feeds it to Hood. It's stolen by McLemore. Here's Parsons. Gobert with the block. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Utah has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
That explains the gap on the scoreboard. Attacking offense against a defense that's far too relaxed.
Now here's McLemore. 8 points for him. And finished off by Gasol.
Marc Gasol scores from so many spots on the floor, utilizing his length and wide frame incredibly well on offense.
Here's Rubio. They lead by 11. Favors with the screen. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Shoots a fader. Green with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The pass to Baldwin, expanding his range. Derek Favors with the rebound. Jazz leading by 11. And Rubio kicks to Favors. Down low. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Is it any surprise that he's been hitting everything out there? You want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Parsons. And he banks in the layup. Parsons got 5.
Parsons might be slight of frame, but he still knows how to take a hit and finish.
Now Rubio. He has 6. Favors passes to Gobert. Here's Parsons, and finished off by Parsons.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Here's Favors. Green with the block.
One of JaMychal's strengths is his shot blocking. Whether he's down low or on the perimeter, he gets up quickly.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Gasol. Davis comes in for JaMychal Green. Harrison's checked in for Parsons. And it's Troy Daniels in for Ben McLemore. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Jerebko's checked in for Favors. Cephalosha comes in for Joe Ingles. Burks, he's checked in for Hood. And it's Exum in for Ricky Rubio. Now, here's Exum. Burks kicks to Exum. Gobert, the screen. Jerebko. They get it back. The Grizzlies trail by 9. The dish to Daniels. Burks with the steal. Here's Jurecko. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
And he makes the first. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Memphis. And Utah also making a switch. Withy's checked in. Jurecko hits them both. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Daniels with it. Passes it to Harrison. He kicks to right. Memphis moving that ball around. Clock at 6. Here's Harrison. And now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. What a month it's been for these teams defensively. 5th, the Jazz.
Their defense has really improved over the last month, guys. They have really guarded the lane extremely well.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Harrison.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Exum. He dishes it to Jurecko. They set the screen. Burks kicks to Withy. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Davis. Daniels dishes to Chalmers. To the middle. Here's Wright. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Brandon Wright, a Tennessee native, throughout his career, he's had some knee injuries, but he's one of those guys that at times can wow you with his athleticism. Very good of offensive rebounding and has a good knack of being able to find the basketball.
2 shots.
And Brandon Wright, an outstanding finisher around the basket. Terrific in the screen rolls.
Long arms and a soft touch. One of those guys, as you see him, he grabs everything, he catches everything, and he finishes well over the top.
And so Wright nails both of them. Utah leading by 7. To the paint. Here's Withy, and it's Wright sending it back. And here is Chalmers. He has 5. Daniels with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. But they get it back. Outside for Davis. Dishes it to Daniels. Feeds it to Wright. Pass to Daniels. They set the pick. Here's Chalmers. And another miss by Memphis. And for the Jazz, they're shooting 40% from the field. Here's Exum. No good with the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Harrison passes to Daniels. Here's Harrison. Shoots from the elbow. Here's Wright. Utah with the rebound. Withy's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Jurecko, and that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Memphis has gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
You got to love when you can get looks this close to the basket.
Jazz leading by 8. And stolen by Chalmers. And here's the fast break. Chalmers leading the way. And it's Davis at the elbow. Ball's knocked loose. Inside, here's Jerebko. The shot missing. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. And that one's good. Harrison's got 9 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. There's 1:47 left in the third. Jerebko kicks to Exum. Jazz passing it around. 6 to shoot. Shot off the pick.
Tough night for him shooting the basketball, but this team has been resilient. That's why they hold the lead.
Chalmers passes to Harrison. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
And how about the numbers here for Burks? He's putting up 9 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
Exum dishes to With. That one goes. Count it. 6 points for him.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Pass to Harrison. Kicks it to Davis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Memphis. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Jazz leading by 6. Exum kicks to Jerebko. The feed now to Cephalosha. And Burks now atop the key. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Jerebko. Great D that time from Davis.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And the dunk by Wright.
I love the dunking skills of Brandon Wright. He really skies up quickly. Anytime a pass is lobbed in his direction.
Exum passes to Jerebko. There's a screen. And it's Exum in the corner. Inside, Burks. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw good, Burks.
The former University of Colorado alumni Burks, a solid 2-guard who can really light it up.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Jazz out in front, up by 7. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And the final period of play just about to start. Jazz leading by 7. So on the floor for Utah, Alec Burks is out there with Favors. Then it's Jeff Withey. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Hood in at the 2. Now here's Rubio. He feeds it to Burks from outside the arc. The second chance effort. Withey gets the bucket. Withey's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Jazz. And the Grizzlies shooting 40% from the field. Parsons against Burks. Now the pass to Baldwin. Tries from 10. Favors with the rebound. Favors got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. On its way from Burks for 2. Offensive rebound. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. One is off. Green, he's checked in for Wright. And Utah with a change here, too. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Alec Burks. And he's good on the second. The Grizzlies trail by 10. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Green dishes to Parsons. And finished off by Parsons.
Parsons can go down and flush it on you if you let him. He has some sneaky hops.
Now here's Rubio. Defense is right there. Hood kicks to Favors. The Jazz again can't hit it. Left side Parsons. And Parsons slams it in.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Not only does that dunk help in cutting into this lead, but it gives this team a real confidence boost.
Jump ball, jump ball. You too.
So it's Utah now. Favors passes to Rubio. Shoots a 3. Connects from three-point range. And the Jazz lead by 9.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
The dish to Parsons. Gasol a screen. And Parsons kicks to Gasol. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. Parsons got 3 assists in the game. Jazz leading by 7. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And there it is on a night when he's been so efficient handling the basketball. That's his first real mistake.
And Utah making a change here. Gobert's checked in. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. Gasol dishes to Parsons.
And Chandler Parsons returning from that hybrid microfracture knee surgery to start last season. That doesn't sound very good, does it, partner? But they said the injury was in the best possible spot. And, you know, while he was on a minutes limitation for a while, he bounced back nicely and only got stronger as the season wore on. It's really good to see this young man flourishing out on the floor because he is going to be very valuable to the success for this team.
Chandler Parsons gives you a little bit of everything. He can dribble it, he can shoot it, he can pass it. A very versatile player.
Both free throws good from Parsons. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Rubio outside to the inside. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Shot from the inbound. He lays it in. 16 points for Derek Favors.
That's where majority of Favors' points come from. So effective from the interior area of the floor.
Gasol, a screen on Rubio. And McLemore gets to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Rubio. Outside Favors. Banked in off the glass. And the Jazz lead by 7.
In addition to his post moves and mid-range touch, Favors also takes it strong to the cup.
Here's Parsons. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And that one misses. Second free throw, no good.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit, getting to the foul line here in the second half.
Rubio the pass to Favors. And the shot falls short this time. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Gasol dishes to Parsons. And the miss by Parsons.
He just looks uncomfortable offensively, really over the course of the whole game, and is killing his team.
Gobert with a screen for Rubio. Hood with it, now defended by McLemore. And that one's good by Favors.
He's been very decisive, very accurate shooting the basketball. Extremely productive quarter so far.
Baldwin the pass to McLemore. Green the screen. Gasol up top. Parsons right side. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Hood. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Now here's Rubio. It's stolen by McLemore. Here's Baldwin. Nails the wide open jump shot.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
I don't know what I like better. The steal that started it off or the instant offense. He's always one step ahead of the game. Passes like that show off his court vision.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Gobert with the block. In transition, here come the Jazz. Count that one. And now an 11-point Jazz lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Grizzlies have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Here's Baldwin, covered by Rubio.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
No, it's felt like that all game. He is just aggressive and finds ways to snag rebounds out of thin air sometimes.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Baldwin. Outside, Green. Passes it to Baldwin. Gasol on the high post. They need this. It's stolen by Gobert. The drive by Rubio. And Utah again with the bucket.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
Here's Baldwin, covered by Rubio. Baldwin, the pass to Green. Puts it up from 12. 6 to shoot. Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Off the inbound pass, Gasol.
And the defensive chops of Gobert just knows how to hold down the fort for his team.
And Rubio kicks to Hood. And a miss there on the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Here's McLemore. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Favors with a screen on Parsons. Ingles dishes to Favors. Here's Rubio. Off target with his 3. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Shots good by McLemore.
He has been right on the money tonight. If it weren't for that, they'd be much further behind right now.
Now Rubio. He kicks to Ingles. Favors with the screen. Ingles passes to Favors. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Favors got 10 points here in the second half.
Derek Favors is a strong-willed player who fights for extra possessions. You gotta box this guy out whenever a shot goes up.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Jazz leading by 12. And Rubio kicks to Favors. He dishes it to Hood. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Hood's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Beautiful pass that helped set up his teammate perfectly.
Here's Baldwin. Gasol a screen. Wide open. Gobert pulls it in. Utah's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Dishes it to Favors. Favors with a screen on Parsons. And it's Favors that time on the assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his assist totals piling up, 11 now for him. Now a timeout called by Memphis. We've seen Derek Favors really having a great game.
You have to call timeout here. You can't let this go on any longer. This guy is on fire. They need to do something to try to cool him off. I'm sure whatever adjustments they're planning are also being taken into consideration by the other side.
And Utah making a change here. Burks is checked in.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Rubio with it. Favors with the screen. Rubio dishes to Favors. Feeds to Gobert. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Gasol's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Right wing. Goes up the baseline. Here's Green. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
JaMychal Green is definitely a banger on the boards. He really throws his body in the mix and snatches away some big rebounds. You know, when you have injuries, they create opportunities, and JaMychal Green took advantage of this. Here's a guy that's played in the D-League and in France, but he's had pretty much, I would say, in 2016, a breakout season for him.
The free throw drops for Green. And Green played mostly in the paint in Alabama, but he's showing Steve he can shoot with range here in the pros.
Well, Jermichael is adding that. Very long, has a lot of athleticism, but the one thing you love about him, his face-up game is getting better and better.
Baldwin the pass to Green, and it's Green with the jam.
But what about the athletic ability of Green? A real powerhouse who just knows how to bring the hammer down.
Outside Hood. A minute 42 left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Burks. Fires from deep. It doesn't go for him. Parsons with some nice D. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Now here's McLemore outside. But they get it back.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game.
Utah's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Gasol with the steal. Parsons against Burks. And Parsons kicks to McLemore. The lead now in single digits.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Now here's Favors. Burks for three. Green with the rebound. And so it's Memphis with it. 9-point game. It's tipped.
Rodney has those long arms. He can block your shot. A tenacious defender.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Burks. Utah the rebound. Kicks to Rubio. And so it's Utah with the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Derek. Congrats on the win. I know the season can be a grind, but it looked like you guys were having fun out there.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's always fun to win. I'm just coming out here playing my game, rebound and defense, that's my game. And coach trusts me, so I couldn't let him down.
Yes, this is an up-and-coming team, and you guys really showed well tonight. Congrats, Derek. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Rudy Gobert. Talk about setting the table. What a monster first half he had. Forced the defense into adjustments and caused all sorts of problems trying to contain it.
Well, how about his shooting tonight? He was locked in from the floor. Wide open or double team, it did not seem to matter. He was going to sink it in. When you got a player who's that reliable, you're a tough team to beat.
Rudy Gobert is a game changer, guys. He had a major effect on this game. First and foremost, his length causes so many problems at both ends of the floor. He's developed into one of the NBA's towers of terror.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.